Hello, friends. How is everyone today? Hi, Robin. Yes, good evening. Good evening. Greetings. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Shannon. How are you tonight? So, welcome to another Thursday night, everyone. So, tonight, I have a bit of a kind of a special project, I guess, that I wanted to start working on. So we're gonna do that. There's an album that I want to make, and I find that I often, oh, hello, Christopher. I often make these albums and I just kind of like talk about them and tell you guys because I get so excited about these paper collections. So I figured tonight would be a really perfect opportunity to kind of start an album with you and give you a glimpse at kind of like my process and how I do things when I want to create something new. But the first thing that I want to do is talk about all these fantastic new items that have come in from Prima. So, you guys, I love Frank Garcia's designs. He is a designer with Prima, and I think that the things that he comes up with are just pretty fantastic. Okay. So I'm so glad that we've begun to carry these items. So I'm glad that you guys are here to see it. So there's 3 different collections that Prima has just released. Um, and I decided to pick up all of it. As soon as we were able to order it and I was able to buy it, I did. So those of you who've seen it, I'm sure you know what I mean. Um, and those who haven't, we're going to take a look right now. So, okay, so there's Hello Pink Autumn, which is a fall theme, but it's pink and dark pinks and browns and greens. It's really pretty, so we're going to go through that. And then there is the 31 collection, which is obviously Halloween, but there's a lot of pink elements in here. I see some kind of nods to the whole Beisel artwork. And also Christmas Sparkle. So this is another one. There's a lot of pink and cream, and they did something kind of similar to this last year, which I just loved. So this is kind of the follow-up of last year's collection, and I think it's great. It's just like a non-traditional Christmas, and I think it's really, really clever. So let's, the one I'm going to be making this album with, though, just so everyone knows, is the Hello Pink Autumn. That is the main focus of what I want to do, but we will go through at least the things that come in these collections. Okay, so I do have to remove, there's little clear tabs on the sides of these that protect the paper pad. and shipping and everything. So I'm going to just remove those so we can go through the papers and take a look at why I think Prima is really great. They're so unique, I think, in the 12 by 12 world, in the respect that they have very detailed embellishments. It's not, you know, the same, just kind of like ephemera packs that a lot of other scrapbook companies do. And they carry all kinds of different things, like charms and different mediums. They're very mixed media focused, which I love. So, all right, so here we go. This is the Hello Pink Autumn. And a lot of these papers have foiled accents as well. And here's another really great thing to note about Prima and just album making in general. So at the top, there's a really nice size strip. This is like a good, it's probably, it's about, you know, 3/4 of an inch, this strip at the top here. So there's a lot of extra room in order, if you want to cut like little strips or something for albums or pages or whatever you want, cards. There's extra at the top. And it's always like the opposite on the other side. So it's this really pretty plaid. And there's 3 sheets, I believe, of each. 4 sheets of each. I'm sorry. There's 4 sheets of each. So that's another interesting thing to note about this paper pad is that you get 4 sheets of each. So you really could use double, like you could make layouts with both sides of the paper. So this one is really fun. It has a black base and there's pumpkins and butterflies and wreaths. And there's a different plaid pattern on the B side. This page has a ton of larger greetings that you could cut apart and put onto different things. There's some mushrooms, wreaths, a little candle. And then on the back, there's this like really pretty sweater pattern. Okay, let's get to the next page. This one has more of a really pale green background. There's some pink pumpkins, some green pumpkins, some more butterflies and gold foiled accents. On the B side, it almost looks like linen. So there's definitely great accents. These, okay, this is one thing about this paper pad I absolutely love. So this like fall hugs and give thanks is a really great centerpiece to an album or to a layout page. There's one down here that says fall with some script behind it. I love that. And there's a really nice dark background on the opposite side. So again, you get 4 of these in the paper pad, okay? This is a really nice page. This is probably like what I would call the feature page of the collection because it's so different than the rest and it has this like copper foil to it. Almost like a rose gold, really. But it has all these leaves and it kind of brings that whole pink vibe together. And on the opposite side of that is this pink pattern as well. It's kind of like a plaid, but it's kind of like a grid. So that is the 12 by 12 Hello Pink Autumn paper pad. But the cool thing is the Hello Pink Autumn also has an A4 paper pad. Excuse me. Which is, it's a little bigger than, it's not quite 8.5, but it's a little bigger than 11. So it's the same designs. They do not have the foil accents in the A4 size, but everything is scaled down. So everything's a little smaller, okay? So the cool part is that you can mix and match these 2 different paper pads together and kind of have contrasting feels to everything, okay? So that's a quick glimpse of that. There is a 6x6 pad with this as well. Let me go find that. Yeah, so it's a 6x6 paper pad. You guys, when I tell you I'm obsessed with these things and I have to get it all, I truly mean it. Truly mean it. Even if I'm not going to use it right away, I put all the collection stuff like in a little bin. And I keep it all together. So when I do get the idea of what I want to make, I go for it. So here again, same situation. It's the same designs, but again, scaled down much smaller. So the 6x6 pad is really great if you wanted to do cards, or if you want to do like a really small folio, or just like a small little 6x6 album. This would be perfect. So that's the pad for that. All right. What else do we have? I have so much stuff. So much to show you. I have to make sure I'm showing you the right collection. All right, so then we have this collection. The Pink Autumn comes with 4x6 journaling note cards. And those... Okay. So those have these different messages on them, and then on the back there's journaling spots, and you can even score these at the top and create little waterfalls, or you can use these to mat waterfall elements or page elements. But there's all kinds. I love fall most of all. Autumn, fall, what does this say? So long summer, hello fall, with some mushrooms. Fall be like up in autumn. That's cute. Enjoy today, give hugs, give smiles. And then you'll see some repeats of some of the papers, again, scaled down to size. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. That's one of my favorite sentiments. In all things, give thanks. That's a really good one, too. Okay, so that's the 4x6 cards for the Pink Autumn. There's also some rice paper, which I do believe Penny said is sold out, so... The rice paper is really great for like mixed media or like a decoupage kind of idea. It works wonderfully with the Brutus Monroe finishing glaze, the matte or the shine. So definitely something to think about there. And there's so many other embellishments. So let me just real quick kind of go through. There's chipboard stickers that have foiled accents. They say autumn, fall, butterflies, pumpkins. Those are pretty fantastic. And then, oh, I should really save these to the end. The flowers, huh? Those, I'm sorting it out, you guys. Hello Pink, 31. Okay. I'm looking for the other pieces, my friends. There's a lot of stuff in this bag. Oh, there's a stamp, too. So there is a clear stamp that has the pumpkins, some on autumn sentiment, some more pumpkins. So there's that. And then I think that's it, besides the flowers. I think this stamp's really inexpensive. It's only like $5.99. And then we have the flowers. Okay, you guys, so I love Prima flowers. I'm obsessed. Obsessed with Prima flowers. So for the Hello Pink Autumn collection, there are these really stunning leaves. And then there are these flowers, and I don't know if you can see close enough, but some of the little pumpkins and butterflies are actually printed onto these petals. So they coordinate so well. And then same thing for these ones. They're a little larger, but they have some of those images printed on the flowers, and the colors match just so beautifully. So I love Prima flowers. So that's the Hello Pink Autumn collection, my friends. So I'm going to put this stuff away for now. I'll sort it back out later, because we've got to move on. Lots to talk about. And I have to get to this album to kind of show you my idea. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about the Halloween. This collection is called 31, and it's by Frank Garcia. It's really fantastic, by the way. So like I said, this has some like old school imagery. Oh yes. I'm such a sucker for flowers too, Shannon. Alright guys, oh my gosh, look at it. I'm so excited about this one. This one is almost completely sold out, by the way. I figured I should kind of give you that disclaimer. The Halloween has really gone, but there's all these little cut-aparts, some vintage things, all the treats. There's foiled accents, and on the back, you guys, it is pink with spider webs. I have never in my life seen a paper that has pink with spider webs. Like, come on. And again, you get 4 of these papers. Okay, I think. 3, okay, so in this pad it's 3. There must be more designs, so there's 3 in this pad. So this page has more different cut aparts. There's a witch, you were my pumpkin, I put a spell on you. And then on the back, it has these brooms with stars. 3 of those. And then this one, you guys, it's a pink pumpkin and an orange pumpkin with the witch hat on. And it has gold foiled stars. On the back, it has this really cool stripe. Yeah. This one has ghosts and witches. On the back, it has black and orange star like a night sky. This next one says Happy Halloween with the little Bisel-looking cats. Pinks, spider webs. The back is these polka dot kind of things. This has a little cauldron, a potion bottle, witch hat, book of magic. Again, a lot of pink. Here's some candy on the opposite end. Then we have smaller cut aparts here that have foiled accents, a lot of that same imagery. And on the back, there's these happy little pumpkins with stars. And then we have large cut aparts, and these are journaling pieces. So this says Scary Moments, Magical Nights, Hocus Pocus, Halloween Night. This says Fright Night, Haunted House, Trick or Treat, Full Moon, Black Cats, Candy Corn, Pumpkin Patch, Magical Air, Costumes, October 31st, Pumpkins, and Halloween. Hi, Belinda. Yes, Mary, I agree. In this page, I love these ghosts, you guys. It's such a fun version of Halloween. Like I said, I have never seen a Halloween collection quite like this. I've never seen it. This is the first for me, and I'm obsessed. Okay, so there's also a vellum sheet. So this is just a piece of vellum, 12 by 12, that has gold foiled pumpkins and stars. So that's a really cool accent. This collection also carries an 8 by 8 paper pad. So this would be good for my easy album. You could do a whole little album just in the easy album with this pad. So again, it's the same designs. There's just not foiled accents on this. But they're scaled down, so they're smaller. This is small enough for cards. Perfect little 8x8. And there's also a 6x6 of the same, again, same design, scaled a little smaller. In this one, instead of having 4x6 journaling cards, it has 3x4. So these journaling cards have kind of different images and different sayings. It says, "My boo," are you my pumpkin?" There's a little cat. Wicked. Just fun little things that are great for adding journaling bits to your projects. This collection also features some really fun chipboard stickers. It has rice paper as well. If we order a class kit, does that fall into the order in the first 5 calendars? Yeah, Belinda, it should. Any of my class kits that are on the website are ready to ship now, so I don't see why not. Okay, in this one, so it has these tinsel trims for the Halloween collection, which I think adding this black and purple and bold orange as an accent to this was a really smart idea because it kind of pulls that in. I picture this on a black base album. I think I might actually make like my wedding album out of this, you guys. Seriously. And then there's 2 different types of ephemera. There's foiled ephemera. What are they called? Let's see what they're called. I guess it's just called ephemera. But there's 2 different kinds. So there's that. We have charms. There are pumpkin charms, cauldron charms, witch hat charms, haunted house charms, which are black with the orange. So that's like a nod to Halloween. And then you guys, oh, hi, Nancy. And then, oh, you guys, the flowers. The flowers. Again, I see this on the cover of an album, like just dripping in these flowers. So, yeah, check that out. Oh, I'm obsessed, you guys. There's some spider webs in this flower, and then some glittery ones on this, and then these big bold flowers. I'm telling you guys, Prima flowers coordinate marvelously with each collection. Like, it's crazy how they do it. Hats off to Prima for being so good at that. And Frank Garcia, too. He's such a clever little designer. Clever little witch. Okay. So that is the 31 collection. Did you pick a date for your wedding? Actually, Shannon, I don't want to say yes, but yes. I think we have. I think we're going to do something a little non-traditional. Because, you know, since everything last year had to be canceled because of the world, we're going to just change things up a bit. I'll get into that in a little bit. But, okay, so the third and final collection I have to show you tonight is the Christmas Sparkle. This is also a Frank Garcia collection. And it's really stunning. There's pinks, light blues, a little bit of green, snowflakes. It's really stunning. This has a little deer with a little tassel cap on. It's so pretty. In the back, it's like almost like a baby blue, like a very, it has a hint of green. But it's so pretty. And then this page is like the perfect 12 by 12 page. Have you ever seen a pink Santa Claus? Look at that. I think it's just wonderful. And there's little candies and gingerbreads. And then the back of this page looks like vintage, like very French, provincial almost. There's some cut-aparts. They're just so pretty. I just can't even tell you how much I love this. This is like my jam, this kind of paper. This says sleigh bells, Santa Claus, let it snow, all those things. The back of this is really pretty. It's Santa Claus with some pink candy. This is that little deer again with some script in the back that's foiled. And then here's another large page, and these can be cut out as well. I don't think a lot of people realize that. You can kind of cut some of that out. This is really fun on the back with the nutcracker that's pink. And then these are all little tags. So you can cut these all out and make little tags to put in, you know, cards, albums, books, gifts even. And then on the back of that, there's this like candy stripe. Yes, this one is not sold out yet. That is correct. And then here is another, this one also has a vellum sheet. So there's some pink printing on here, some of the tealish blue, and then black, and it's really pretty. That's the vellum sheet. I'm not going to go through these because you know, you get the picture at this point. There's an 8x8 pad and a 6x6 pad for this. There are 3x4 journaling cards. Same as kind of the other ideas of the other ones. So more of just the little bits that you can add. These are great for cards too. But those are there. This one has a rice paper as well. It has chipboard, foiled accents on the chipboard. This has a lot of embellishments. Puffy Stickers. So here you get the little pink Santa Claus, some different things. I love Puffy Stickers. There's Puffy Stickers for Halloween here too. I forgot to show you. Here's some more of those tinsel trims. There's a really bright pink, a silver, and then like an iridescent. There are 2 different packs of ephemera for this. There is a little package. This is glass glitter. So this coordinates perfectly with the collection. Glass glitter is really, really stunning. It's like a really chunky glitter. There is crepe paper trim. So it's like a ruffled crepe paper that you can glue on. There are beaded berries. They're like little picks you can glue on. There are these kind of brushed silver jingle bells. Oh yeah, Donna, I definitely can show you how to do that sometime. That'll be part of this thing I'm going to start tonight. I'm not going to use it tonight, but it will be a part of what I'm doing. Okay, and there are little sparkle charms. There's angels and snowflakes. These are called Tarnished Starbursts. So you can glue these onto pages and kind of put something in them. You could put some of that glass glitter in the middle of that. That would look really pretty. And then the flowers. Of course, you guys, I have to say the flowers to the end. There are 3 different kinds of flowers. These flowers have beads on them. Like little beads in the middle and the centers. And these ones have gold glittered little things in there, and then these ones are like sugared flowers, these big bold, and there's large beads in there. So these are all from the Christmas Sparkle collection. So again, you guys, Prima Flowers, it's the ticket, I'm telling you. That's the ticket. Okay, so that's the entire new Prima collection that I clearly can't control myself. I had to buy it all. I had to. I had to treat myself. Every so often, you have to treat yourself. That's how I feel. Plus, it's a great time to tell you about why I think I should treat myself. But real quick, I forgot to show you. There is ephemera for the Hello Pink Autumn. And there are puffy stickers for the 31, the Halloween. They must have got stuck at the bottom and I forgot about them, but I wanted to show you that. Oh, so here's why I'm saying it's a great time to treat yourself. Because, you guys, tomorrow, I only bought one of each penny. Other people got it, too. So, after months and months and months and months and months, I feel, of planning and hard work and packing and die cutting, and our, you know, our girls that have been here for the summer to help us have been so wonderful. But all of the Create, Earn, Ending event class kits, make and takes, and everything, as of the time I left today, are completely packaged, completely labeled, completely everything, counted, sorted. The only thing left to do tomorrow is to put them in the box, seal it up, and stick the shipping labels on. So I can confidently tell you all that the Create Your Knitting Event class kits will be shipping tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. And I can tell you, so all together there's like almost 3,000 little class kits that we have packaged. So there's so many moving parts. I can't wait for the unboxing night. That'll be announced soon. But oh my word, you guys, this is the best one yet. Truly, I said to Christopher today, as I was, you know, packing up like the very last thing, I said, I don't know how we're gonna top this. So I'm excited. I'm so excited for all of you to start getting these items in the class kits. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so let's talk about this album. Oh, you collect Prima. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, I'm telling you what, I like, I was like sweating today. I was running up and down the steps. And I was like, I had to make sure all this comes through. There was like one final piece that got delayed and it came today and it just made the whole day and it was wonderful. Okay, so the album that I'm going to be starting today is going to be a 5x8 album. So I have two pieces of chipboard pre-cut here that are 5 inches by 8 inches. So that's going to be our cover. And then for our spine, I have another piece that's 8 inches by 1.5 inches. So that's going to be the spine. And then the way that I create the cover for something like this. So I have two pieces of black cardstock that are 10 inches by 7 inches. So when you're creating an album, like a chipboard covered album, you always want to make sure that around your border, you have a 1 inch kind of margin. So that's why it's 10 inches by 7 inches. Okay. And we're going to glue two of these pieces together, and that will be enough for our whole album cover. So let me show you what I mean here. So I have two identical pieces, 10 by 7, right? So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to run right along this edge here. Yes, the Create Your Knitting Event, you guys, it's going to be so good this year. Oh my gosh, we have so many great brands joining us and so many great instructors, and it's going to be 4 days of crafty fun. There's so many good projects. There's so many things. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am. Okay, So basically what that has done is created one like large piece of paper, right? So then we're gonna line up. I have these little spacer things, but maybe we'll carry these very soon. But at any rate, so what the spacer does in my scoreboard is it's an inch. So it tells me exactly where I need this to go. Okay. So I'm just gonna cover this with some double-sided adhesive. You're sending your husband. Yeah, so the album that I'm making today is a smaller version, but we do have, and I haven't really talked about it too much, just a little bit, but we have an in-person album event in October that Maria and I are teaching. And I believe, yes, Kathy, the schedule is Eastern time. Yep, so inside the box of the Create Your Own event, you actually, there's a printed schedule. So you'll be able to, you know, easily look at it. And then all of the class kits are labeled, okay? So they all say what day and time the class is on the kit. And the make and takes too, I believe. Yeah, they do. Okay, so I added all that on. I added some double-sided adhesive onto the chipboard. I'm just gonna burnish that on here. Okay, and then I am gonna use this like a little bit of glue on it, but for the chipboard to the cover, I do like to use the score tape. You could use the coverall adhesive sheets as well, but this is just kind of what I had laying around nearby. Okay, so like I said, I make sure the black paper is all the way up into the corner. And then I'm gonna press that down. So now that's in the perfect space, right? So the next thing I want to do, I want to leave about like an 1/8 of an inch in between. So our album has room to move. Are you teaching an album class for the Creator event? Sort of, Jerry. Jerry, I'm actually teaching a couple things at the Creator event. So the class I'm teaching for Bruce Monroe, I'm actually teaching, we're making a junk journal. So it's kind of like an album, but it's different, and it is Halloween themed. Yes, so it is a junk journal. That is my main class. But I am also, you guys, I am teaching the Lawn Fawn class as well. So we teamed up with Lawn Fawn, and it's all Lawn Fawn stamps and dies. But they have a lot going on right now. So they are unable to have one of their instructors teach for us. And that's okay. Everyone's busy. Not everyone can say yes. So they have some things happening. So I'm going to teach the class for Lawn Fawn. That's actually been the plan all along. This wasn't like sudden, but yeah. So sort of an album, but it's a junk journal. I think you guys will really like the junk journal thing. It's a little different than what I normally do, but it's very Halloween and it's very, I don't want to give away what's in the kit, but it's cool. All right, so then the second piece of chipboard is going to go, you know, just lined up again and, you know, about 1/8 of an inch, okay? So now I have, I'll take these away. So now I have this piece that's kind of all connected, all right? So this is what's going to make the cover of the album. So I'm going to just start kind of slowly training the paper to bend, okay? What do you use to cut your chipboard? So Donna, I use, it's a Fiskars heavy duty trimmer. It's kind of expensive. I think it's like $100 and some, but I got it with a coupon at Giant Fabrics, to be totally honest. I like to be thrifty sometimes. But you don't have to have something like that. I only got that because I cut a lot of chipboard. So it was very useful to me. But you can use your trimmer as long as you go on like one side and then flip it over at the same measurement and cut it on the other side. You can totally do it that way. But yeah, that's what I use. Oh, thanks, Jerry. But you can also, Donna, if you know your measurements, anywhere that is like a print shop. So if you have like a FedEx office, or I think there used to be a place called like Kinko's or something, they have like industrial sized paper cutters. So you could always take things there and they can cut it down for you too. Like if you decided like, I really like to make this size of album, you could go have them cut like a whole stack of chipboard to size at once. You could do that too. Like I know, for instance, Jennifer McGuire has said before that she gets her card bases cut at like the office place. Because it's just more convenient, you know, if that's already done. Okay, so I kind of trained that all, and then I'm just going to burnish. Oh yeah, Donna, definitely don't use an X-Acto knife. But like I said, you can totally use a regular paper trimmer. You just have to do it on both sides to get like all the way through. So this is tonight's gonna be kind of my like beginning little album. Okay. So now what we've created are there's 4 corners. Okay, let me hold this closer. All right, so we have a corner here and a corner here. So I'm gonna trim these out, but I'm not gonna trim beyond. I'm kind of trimming like just inside the line because we don't want to have we don't want to cut too much off, and you'll see why in just a moment. So I'm just gonna trim. And I promise you guys who have never made an album, do not see any class including Lawn Fawn. Yes, the Lawn Fawn class is the very last class. Yes. 100%. I am teaching a Lawn Fawn class at the Create Your Knitting event. Yeah. If you're looking on the website at like classes, it wouldn't be like a singular class. The Lawn Fawn thing I'm teaching is part of the Create Your Knitting event. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is kind of fold this in, and then I'm going to hold my scissors right at the edge here, and I'm just going to taper this just a tiny little bit. So there's like a little taper, and you're going to have, I'm going to do this on all 8 of the edges. Because like I said, you don't want to cut too much off. So just enough. But so what I'm creating is the cover of an album. And the reason I decided to do this size is I want to make a little box out of that Hello Pink Autumn paper to put this in. So I thought it would be like a really kind of a fantastic idea to do that. All right. So next, we're gonna be gluing this in. So as you can see, since we tapered that, we have, you know, kind of a nice little edge going on. So I'm gonna put a bead of glue down the spine here, right at the edge, and then all along this. And then I'm gonna fold it in really tight and press. Burnish that down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. I like to do one side at a time. So it's even. And then press, nice and tight. Burnish that on. And then the same thing across the bottom. So just a nice bead of glue. And then press nice and tight. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. And then same thing over here. And then really after this, the little cover part is pretty much done. Ready to go. I was gonna do this before I went live, but then I thought to myself, you know, I might as well do it on the live. I talk about this often enough. I might as well show people how to do it. Is the in-person album class just for local people? No, Jerry. There, as a matter of fact, there are people coming from all over the U.S. It is absolutely not just for local people. Whoever wants to come can come. It's a very small group, though. So there won't be more than 24 people there. That is it. So, but yeah, anybody can come. We'll be making 3 different albums. So the one will be one of my easy albums. One of them will be a 12 by 12 album that me and Maria are both teaching. And then there's going to be a Graphic 45 waterfall folio album, which is really cool. Yes, Tina, we will be posting a supply list next week in the Facebook group. So I had to wait until all of the kits were ready and shipped out, and then next week I'm just doing a final what's the word I'm looking for? A final confirmation with all the instructors to make sure that we didn't miss anything. So next week we will post the suggested supply list. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little scoring with my bone folder right at these 2 crease points to start the crease for where our album will fold. So then I'm just gonna slowly start to bend this paper because I don't want it to crack. You just want to, you know, kind of ease into it. You got to give it a little bit of training, okay? The paper will move where you want it to move. You just have to be nice to it and treat it well. You can't be harsh with your paper. You have to ease it in. Sometimes the oils in your hands too really help to smooth that along. And then another little tip, so if you have a little point on your edges, you can just kind of tap it on the table and it'll start to go away. It'll smooth it out a little bit so you don't have like a rough, sharp edge on the base of your book. Yes, Michelle, you are right. No aggressive parts in the paper training because it will crack. I promise. It will. So look, you guys, how simple is that? So now we have a little 5x8 album cover. Isn't that so exciting? I think that's exciting. And it was really simple. So you can make these really easily. So my goal, let me see if I have the box. Let me just take a little walk across the room real quick and see if I have one of those boxes easy to access. I don't know if I do. I mean, I know I have them. Have the box that I speak of. So, I don't. I have an older version of it. I have an ivory one. But that's not going to help us today. So, I'll have to get one at work. But at any rate, I'm sure you can look it up. It's called I think it's called a window shadow box. Graphic 45 makes it. We carry them at Brutus Room. I thought I had one. I don't. Good thing I didn't plan on making the box tonight, huh? But at any rate, so this size, the boxes are, I think they're 9 inches by like 5.5 or something, and 2 inches deep. So this is the perfect size album to put in here. So here's the next thing that we're going to discuss, is how we would go about creating a spine for this. You know, like how are you going to do that? Well, first of all, we're going to want to cover this with some paper, number one. So that's going to be perfect. So that's going to be 11. So that's a full sheet of paper. And then we're probably going to go to 7. So it's going to be 7 by 11. So I'm just going to take a full sheet, 8.5 by 11, and I'm just going to trim that down to 7 inches. And then that whole piece can just go right in here. Okay? And the reason I'm putting this in is because I want something for the something for the hinge to stick to. That's not just the chipboard, okay? So I want this to be able to attach to the whole thing. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and re-burnish that line. And then you can kind of okay, are we back? Okay. Sorry, I had someone was trying to call me, and I don't know why my phone allowed that to happen. I apologize. But at any rate, so now we have our black base and everything. And what we're going to do is be able okay, I don't like that. I'm ripping it off, you guys. I had to rip it off. I just ripped it off. We're still good, though. I'm going to do it a little differently. I changed my mind. I changed my mind, everyone. Shocker. Okay, because I realized I didn't show you this measurement before we did that. Okay, so 1.5 inches is the center. So that is the most space that you can have hinges on. It's a shadow box. I can have that fixed, Penny. I just can't fix it right this second. But yeah, it's shadow box. It's not a shoulder box. Okay. So as far as the hinge goes, we're going to want that to be 7.5 inches in length. Okay, so we have 7.5. And then the way you have to figure out a hinge is it's in 1/2 inch increments. So you have to kind of think about it like this. So when you score it at 1/2 inch, and then you score it at 1 inch, and then you score it at 1.5. And I have a die that does this. It's really easy to do, but I'm going to show you this way just because. So for each one hinge, you need 3 spots, okay? So this album should be able to carry 3 pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we need to have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should work. And then this time, I'm going to trim this off at this last score mark. Uh-oh. All right, so then this has to get folded. So you fold one up like a V. And you can burnish. Then you have one that would be your space. So then you skip one, which is your space, and then you kind of pinch the next two together. And then you fold that both ways, both sides, burnish, burnish. So you have really movable hinges, okay? So we're gonna skip a space again, right? Then we're gonna pinch the next two together. Burnish. Burnish down. Okay. I actually could have cut this other last section off because I didn't need the second space. So I'll do that real quick. But for the purpose of this hinge, I'm just going to glue it. Hi, Maria. Well, Maria, I'm making a little album. So then I'm going to glue another one. So, funny story, you guys. I actually have been working on this December Daily album, which kind of inspired my whole reason I wanted to make this one. It's a like kit I bought a while back, and there's videos to go with it, and it's like a really lengthy project. Like there's like 15 hours worth of footage for this book. So I've been working on that, and I decided I wanted to do this. So here we are. So I'm gluing the insides of these hinges, and that's the reason I'm actually making this hinge this way is this is how this woman did it in this video I was watching. So I decided to try it out on a different album too. We're gonna see how I feel about it. Hence the reason I ripped that piece of paper off that I had just put in there. Yeah, me and Maria were actually both making this same album kit, and we did start it together, and then we got a little frustrated. Okay, so you see that? Now I have this nifty little hinge, all right? And now I'm going to go back and cut a new piece of paper for the inside of my, book. And this time I'm going to go 7 3/4. But I'm only going to go like 3 inches. And here's why. So I need 1.5 inch. So I'm going to score 3/4. And then 2 1/4. So that way I have 1.5 inches down the middle. And I'm going to burnish this ahead of time. It's all going to make sense. Because before what I did wasn't really making sense, so I want to do something that does make a little bit more sense. Okay. Oh, I forgot to trim. I got it the wrong way. 7 3/4, you guys. Not 8 1/2. You know, I trimmed that to 7 3/4 and then scored it on the wrong end. Okay. There we go. Now we have the right measurement. You know, this, I'm telling you, Maria will be able to attest to this. The woman that's teaching this class that I was watching this video, she's rubbing off on me. Just different measurements left and right. Is that the hint? Is that hinge different dimensions than the die? Yes, it is different dimensions. Well, no, not really. So this album's a little taller, but you could put two together. You just have to trim the ends off. The hinges itself are exactly the same. I always do them the same. I just did it this way because it was easier to explain and I didn't have to die cut anything. But that die is quite the lifesaver, I will say. If you don't have like your score, you want to get. I already had my scoreboard and stuff out. If I didn't have my scoreboard out all day, I would have used the die. It's one of those things. It's like, you know, I use things dependent upon what else I have readily available. But yes, you can definitely use the die. So like if you use the die, there would be like extra coming out, okay, on either side. And that's okay too. I did it this way because I just made a different one this way. A different book project, and I kind of wanted to try it. All right, so then what's going to happen is this little hinge that I have created is just going to get glued in here. Oh, yeah, thanks, Brie. I'm like really, I'm learning. Something new every day, I'll tell you what. So, like I said, I'm just going to glue this little puppy in. Glue this little hingeroo right in there. Burnish that all in. And then we want to rescore so we can retrain our paper. And you got to go easy with her. Take her easy. This glue isn't fully dry here, so let me give that another second to adhere before I start messing with her. But, so here we have a 3-hinged book. Bing, bang, boom. Ping, ping, ping. Pow, pow, pow. And then the pattern paper that we're going to use on the inside here is actually going to cover this. So we don't have to worry about that right now. It might like look a little funky, but that's okay because it's going to get covered. But the thing that I want to do on the front and the back, I do want to add a little pocket. I think that's a nice touch. So in order to figure out how to do a pocket, And I'm just going to do one of these before we go for the night. But, so if I measure from there to there, it's going to be, to me, around 4 3/4 of an inch. Okay? 4 3/4, you hear that? And then I would say this pocket would look really nice about 4 inches up. Okay? So, if it's 4 3/4 inch by 4 inch, we're going to need to add an inch to the whole idea there. And I'll tell you why. So we're going to need to go 5 3/4 by 5. So if it's 4 3/4 by 4 is the size of the pocket, we're going to need to go 5 3/4 by 5. And the reason for this is I'm actually going to score this pocket on all 4 sides. This is another new little fancy trick I learned. So we're going to go 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. All right, and then we're going to burnish that. Yeah, I have an album class next Friday. I have this, I think it's the Simple Vintage Coastal. It's like a flip book. That's fun. And then the Family Fun one later this month. I'm so excited about these classes. All right, so for a pocket, we're just going to need a taper. And to taper, we're just going to do a little trimmeroo across the corners where they meet, except we're not going to cut over that score line. But this is going to be just a quick, this will be a quick pocket. All right, so what we're going to do is let me pull our little book back. So this is how it's going to go on here. But here's what we're going to do first. This top flap, and this is why I scored it on 4 sides. We're going to put some glue there and then fold and press. And then what that's done, what that's done is kind of created a little extra enforcement. So when things are going in and out of this pocket, it's not going to just cut up the edge of your paper, eat up the edge of your paper. Okay? So here's the other cool part. So the pocket's going to go on right here. We're going to just end up gluing it on. But we're not putting patterned paper underneath it. We're not going to waste that. And you know why we're not going to waste that? Because no one's going to see it. Why would we waste that beautiful Prima paper underneath this pocket? You know, it's like, it's crazy. It's like my grandmother used to say this to me when I was younger, and I feel like this is an appropriate moment to say this. She said, "Why would you wear pantyhose when you can just wear knee highs?" I feel like this is the same thing. Yes. Don't be a wasteful crafter. That is correct. So I just glued all those little those 3 flaps down. And this is like a really nice, robust, like 4-inch high pocket. Just right on the back here. And it's like right at where our book crease is. So again, this is a great start. An absolute great start. Okay, that was for Thanks, Maria. I'm glad. I picture you laughing. So you could then, you know, we could put the same pocket on the front. I don't think that's what we'll do. We might do something else, but um, I'm excited about this little album, and we got quite a bit accomplished in a really pretty short amount of time tonight. So we have our whole cover done. We have our hinge in, and we already got a pocket on the back, and we know the paper collection we're going to use. So I need that on a t-shirt. Oh, the wedding. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, let me pull out the paper that we're going to use to just show everybody. Those who may have come in late. For this little book, I'm going to be using the Hello Pink Autumn collection from Prima. I have all the new Prima, but this one just really lends itself to this time of year, and I'm going to end up making a graphic 45 box for this to go in. But, oh yeah, so for my wedding this year, we decided we're going to do the ceremony, like, smaller and more private, and we're going to do that on Halloween, because Spencer just loves Halloween. That's, like, his whole thing, and so do I. So we're going to do that on Halloween. That's Sunday, October 31st. Will be the day that we get married. And then we're going to have, like, the actual reception on Saturday, November 13th. So we're going to invite people to the reception like a normal wedding reception would be. But we're doing a little differently. A little differently than I guess most people do. But if the past year has taught us anything, that is what we're going to do. But I'm going to be making, I'm making my invitations, so we'll have to talk about those too pretty soon. Like next week I'll be making them, along with this little album. We're going to continue working on this album on these lives. I think it's going to be a great project to continue on with. So, Maria, whenever we figure out when we're going to get together with the other thing, I might have to tell you to ask for your help with my invitations too. But at any rate, I think that's a good point for tonight. And I will think about what we're going to do with this paper and kind of plan the next step for this. Because we'll be able to whip this up in no time, I feel. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out all the Prima stuff before it's gone. Because I'm telling you what, it's selling out. It's selling like crazy. It's because it's fantastic. Prima is the best. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for indulging me. And thank you for being so kind and generous with your time. We really, really appreciate the time that you share with us. So, have a great night. Look for your Create Your Knitting event kits to ship tomorrow, which we're so excited about. And I will see you on the next one. Good night, everyone.